All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am back for yet another overview video of yet another really cool giveaway truck. So right behind me, guys, I have LGND 36. What is LGND 36? It's a 2024 Denali. No, it's not an Ultimate, but it's a Denali. And it comes with $50,000 in cash. And I want to just speak on the Ultimate thing because everybody seems to be so fascinated and in love with the Ultimates. The only difference on the Ultimates, I believe, is the interior color and a few other small things. There's like puddle lights or something. Nonetheless, up until this year, there was no Ultimate. It was just Denali. So we're gonna go with just Denali. The truth is we couldn't find an Ultimate, okay? So we ended up getting a Denali. It was what we could find, so we got a gloss black, onyx black, GM onyx black, 2024 Denali, and it has the all black interior. I'll show you guys the whole entire interior, so you'll see that in a second. But nonetheless, we purchased a 2024 Denali. We took it straight to the shop. It actually didn't even get driven to the shop. It got trailered to the shop. And then as you can see, it's not stock. So we did quite a bit of work to it. We're gonna go over all of that work, how you can get entered, a little bit about us, and then we'll wrap up the video. So usually these are like 20-minute long videos. I'm not sure how long this one will be, but I'm gonna assume it's gonna be somewhere around 20 minutes.
You sure about that?
So first and foremost, we're gonna start with the exterior as a whole. So obviously it's not a factory color. This color is an Inositech wrap called Super Gloss Neon Pearl Mint. Why Pearl Mint? Because obviously it's mint, and if you get really close and in the sunlight, that pearl is really gonna start popping out. So full wrap, and obviously, as I've mentioned in many other overview videos, is that when you wrap a truck and you want certain pieces to be wrapped, sometimes you can't wrap those pieces because they're either really intricate, really curvy, a lot of sharp angles and edges, or it's a textured plastic piece. So wrap will only stick to super high gloss, perfectly flat finishes. So if you have textured plastic, which on trucks, cars is a different story. They usually don't have textured plastic, and if they do, it's very minimal. But trucks, because they're heavy duty, I guess, these truck manufacturers, Ford, GM, and Ram, always put a ton of textured plastic. And of course it makes sense because most of the textured plastic is the high impact areas that you might get rock chips, or it might be a step that you're stepping on and people are working with these trucks and they might have rocks in their boots and all that. So it makes sense to do the textured plastic, but for us, we like these trucks to be show ready, really pretty, things that when you see it, you're like, oh my God, I've never seen a truck like that. So that's what we do with every single one of our trucks. That's what we did with this one. So we wanted to wrap a lot of pieces that were textured plastic, but since you can't wrap textured plastic, what do? You have to paint those pieces first. So now you have a two-part process. Paint, which is not cheap, and then also wrap, which is not cheap. Well, the wrap itself is cheap, it's the labor that's not cheap. When you're wrapping something that's not supposed to be wrapped, whether it's textured plastic or it's something that's really intricate, it's gonna take a lot of time to get that piece perfect. So let's start off with all the pieces that are painted and then wrapped. So first off, we have our fender flares. These are not obviously, but they're all gloss black, and as you can see right here, this is still the fender flare. This is not a separate piece, but the fender flares do have a factory indentation just like they do over here, where we want it to just wrap up to so that we have that black accent right there. So these are completely gloss black. Again, these come textured plastic. If you were to want to wrap these without painting them first, you would have a very bad day. It wouldn't work. It would not stick. You wouldn't even get it back in the truck before it starts peeling. So again, all gloss black fender flares, then wrapped. Our markers are painted gloss black and then wrapped. Why do we paint those and not just wrap the factory amber reflectors here? Well, because they have LEDs behind them. Yes, you can unplug the LEDs, but I'd rather just block off that LED and not have any chances of any error lights on your dash. So painted gloss black so that no light shines through those, and then wrapped. Our little fender extensions on our bumper, because this is plastic and then your bumper of course is metal, these are all wrapped, and this is one of those really intricate pieces that I was talking about. You have this indentation here, but then you have all these super tight edges over here that if are not wrapped correctly will lift almost immediately. And then, as always, I love color matched valances. What is color matched? Color match is when you match the color of the truck. So color matched valances to me makes a truck look a lot beefier. I hate two-wheel drive valances. On Fords specifically, you can change out a four-wheel drive truck valance to a two-wheel drive truck valance, which is like half the width, half the height. and it makes the front end look less tall, and you can see more of the undercarriage. So I hate that, and on all of our Fords you will see I have never put a two-wheel drive valance on one of our trucks because I don't like the way it looks. But I always color match valances, okay? So this one is color matched. When I say color matched, I mean it's color matched to the wrap. So again, this is all painted gloss black and then wrapped. Our bumper was factory black, gloss black, wrapped it of course. This piece right here was factory chrome. Didn't need to paint that because it was already a smooth finish, so that's chrome underneath. All of our grill bars are gloss black paint. Nothing on this truck is, anything that's gloss black is gloss black paint, except for, I will show you in a second, one piece. Our bar right here, our surround to our emblem. Again, another piece that was chrome from factory. Didn't paint that, so that's chrome underneath and then wrapped. Emblem painted surround and then wrapped letters. Our hood scoop, this again was chrome and then wrapped. This came in, this was actually black from factory, so we left that black. Our headlights, the wrap is inside the headlights. Why? Because you can't really, well, this color specifically, there is a very slim chance of matching this wrap color with paint. Now on some of our trucks, we will be able to match the wrap color or paint to the wrap color so that we can actually get some of these pieces that we can't wrap done in that color of the wrap. With this color specifically, the pearl is so fine that the odds that you're gonna match it are slim to none. And if you do match it, it's gonna take almost the same time in hours as it does to build one of these trucks, just to mix around the paint and test until you finally come out with the paint that matches perfect. So since we don't have the time frame necessary to do that with these trucks, because again, we do this every single 6 weeks, this truck right here is a 6-week long giveaway. And then of course, when this truck's going, we have the next truck being built ready to go, because if we were to build the truck right as soon as one ends, it would take us a month and a half to launch the next truck. So anytime that you guys see a truck live, we already have the truck that's going up after that one ready to go or being built. So again, don't have the time to do it. We couldn't match the paint with this. So the insides of the headlights, I did want to add that color in there for some accents and contrast. So we have the reflector in there, and then we also have these little bars in the side wrapped. Going over, we have our badges completely painted gloss black. Unfortunately, you cannot paint the letters separate from, I mean, you could get a decal and put that in there, but gloss black looks just as good. And then we wrap the little bars here, just like the headlights, so it matches. We have our LGND bullet antenna, which you can get off the website. And guess what? That gets you entered to win the truck. Same thing with our spiked bullet valve stem caps. Well, they're not even bullet, they're just spiked valve stem caps. Those are on the website as well. Both of those, if you do get them on the website, get you entered to win this truck if you get them within the time frame of this giveaway, of course. Gloss black mirrors. These were obviously all textured plastic from factory. These specifically, mirrors in general, mirror bases and mirror arms, are almost impossible to wrap and have them come out good and last. So coming out good is one thing, but you can make something look good that won't last very long. So since we can't make it last long, we can make it look good temporarily, but since we can't make it last long, and somebody is going to win this and probably take it to shows, it's gonna be out in public. We don't want people going up to the giveaway truck being like, oh, it's an LGND giveaway, and then see the wrap peeling off the mirrors. So instead of doing that, we just settle for gloss black mirrors, and then we wrap the caps, because the caps are a lot easier to wrap than the entire mirror, okay? So it still looks good. We still have that color here. Now, if the mirrors were all gloss black, it wouldn't look as good. As long as we throw in a little bit of color, it doesn't look too bad. Now, in a perfect world, if I were to be able to match this paint, well, this wrap with paint, I would have painted the mirrors. Again, you should never, ever wrap mirrors, because it will not last. Coming over, this is where I was talking about we didn't paint everything gloss black. This is the only thing that's not painted gloss black, the mirror trim, the window trim. So this is all chrome from factory all the way around. So that's all gloss black wrap. Why? Because it can get done on the truck. If you were to paint them, you would have to take them off the truck, separate the gasket from the actual chrome. So it's just a lot more time efficient and cheaper and just better to wrap it. Our handles, these are not factory handle. Well, sorry, I say that, I've said this a few times today. They are factory handles, but we take them off. We mill out this little indent that you hear, this little opening. We make a 3D printed Lexan lens, and then we put a switchback strip in back of it so that when you're driving, it's white, and then when you're signaling, it's amber. Same thing for the back, so all 4 handles have that. Those are all built in-house at the lab. If you want them, they're available on the website. We build them for every single make and model of new body style truck, Ford, GM, and Ram. Okay, moving on. Might as well talk about it now because some of you are probably looking at it and like, why did he not take them off? Why didn't he do power steps? First of all, it's a low truck. You don't need the power steps to get in. I kept the steps on this truck. We took them apart and we powder coated them in gloss black. So originally these are chrome from factory. I made them gloss black because I wanted them to kind of blend in a little bit, but also I feel like a low, wide truck, and we've never done this on a giveaway truck. We've never had the factory steps. This is the first time. But to be honest, I like the look of it. I think it adds a little bit to the beefiness of the truck. It makes it a little bit more girthy. And to me, it looks fine. People are like, take them off, take them off. But it looks good to me. If you win the truck, take them off, I don't care. Our bed step, this is factory textured plastic. We painted it gloss black, just the surround, not the actual step, because again, you might step on that. And again, you could also paint that, but you might not want to, because if you're really messy, and we did the same thing with the step itself, we didn't paint any of the textured plastic. We kept that because you're stepping on this left and right. Now, if it had amp steps, which we do on a lot of our trucks, or just power steps in general, which are all metal, they don't have any plastic on top of them, it's just a metal top, and it's usually a textured powder coat that resembles textured plastic so that there's no slippage, right? But we'll powder coat the steps, the power steps, and the powder coat holds up, but paint's a different story. So you don't want to paint plastic, but you can powder coat the amp steps or the factory power steps on a truck, and that'll hold up versus your boots with rocks and mud on them. It'll hold up fine. And if it does, for whatever reason, get a little bit scratched up, you can buff it out. But yeah, all the step pads on the truck all the way around, which includes the beds, or sorry, the side steps, your bed steps, and then your back bumper steps, they're all textured plastic. Except for, again, the surround back here is gloss black. Oh, not all the steps. The top step pad is gloss black. But the only reason I did that was because if you're really stepping into the bed, you should probably use this step, not that step. And again, if you do, it's not the end of the world. You'll probably scratch it, but keep in mind when you're getting in the bed of your truck, use that step, not that step. We talked about the front lights, we talked about the mirrors, we talked about the handles, didn't talk about the taillights yet. So taillights, factory taillights, painted and bordered. So as you can see, when they're off, it almost looks like they're all black, but they're not all black. We have a sharp line right here, and then we have a sharp line on the side, as you can see. So that's actually painted so that the light does not shine through anywhere except for where the actual lens is in back of the lens. And then everything else is tinted, so now you only have light shining through only where the light is shining through, as it should be. Tinted and boarded third brake light as well. Okay, back to the front. We're gonna start off with, forgot the white LED cab lights, which are not on right now, but I'll show you guys. So those are, again, are also not factory. So white LED cab lights, we build those in-house as well. We take off the factory cab lights, we open them up, and then we replace the LEDs with white LEDs. If you try doing that or any of these other lights at home on your own truck, you're gonna have a very bad day. You're probably gonna have them leak. You're gonna have some LEDs fail in the first 2 weeks. Just don't do it yourself. Send them to professionals. Okay, suspension. Pretty simple on the suspension. We didn't really do too much. There's not really much that you need to do on a level truck. So this truck is leveled. It has a Show Off Motorsports leveling kit, which is the same exact thing as a Cognito leveling kit, just with a Show Off branding. So you have the Show Off plate, unboxed upper control arms, Fox 2.0 Resi shocks, and then everything else is factory except for the powder coat. So factory sway bar powder coated white, factory torsion bars powder coated white, and of course the box up control arms and the Resi clamps powder coated white. While we're under here, because I always forget it, we have 16 LED, oh that's hot, well, caution, hot surface. We sell these, so disclaimer, if you buy them, don't touch them after they've been on for a while. But yeah, so LGND rock lights, best, brightest rock lights I've ever used. We personally sell them on the website, those things, as well as the bullet antenna and the spiked caps. All of those things, anything on the website gets you entered to win the truck. So if you want these for your truck, if you want rock lights for your truck, go with LGND, get them off the website, get entered to win a truck. Okay, so we have 16 of those, 2 in each wheel well, 2 in the front, 2 in the back, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. Continue on. Wheel and tire setup. 24x14s. These are the new style American Force wheels, which completely hide the lug nuts. So behind this cap, you have your lug nuts, which is kind of unfortunate because if you need to do a retorque, or if you need to see if a lug nut has gotten a little loose, you gotta take the whole cap off. However, if you were to lose a lug nut, in the rare case that you buy these wheels for your own truck and you put them on yourself and you lose a lug nut, I'm assuming you're gonna hear it clanking around inside that cab because it has nowhere to go. So, anyways, super cool wheels. I love the fact that you don't see the lug nuts. These are also billet caps, so that's pure 100% billet aluminum. All powder coated white windows, as well as the back lips, and they are ceramic coated so that when you actually do clean this thing, a quick rinse will take off the the brake dust. While we're talking about brake dust, powder coated white calipers, because I wanted to see that nice white behind our nice white barrels of the wheels. So calipers, when we do calipers in-house, no, we don't hack and paint them and mask them off and paint them. We take them apart entirely down to just bare metal. So all of the boots and the pistons and the seals are all out of the calipers. And then we powder coat them and they go in an oven and they sit at about 1,000 degrees and they're done the right way. So that's not going to chip off. It's not going to come off. It's not going to fade off. It's not going to wear off. In the first year, 2 years, it's gonna last as long as the truck. Okay, coming to the back. So we have a Mag High-Tech diff cover, powder coated in white with chrome powder coated fins. Again, powder coated white calipers. You can see them pretty clearly back here, as well as our white barrels. White powder coated hitch. And white powder coated factory U-bolts and bottom U-bolt plates. Other than that, guys, and the Fox 2.0 shocks back here, that's pretty much it for the suspension. Again, not that crazy, but you don't need to go crazy on trucks to make them look cool. It's all just about knowing the right things to do. I think that's it for the exterior. Let's go to the interior. Hop in. All right, guys. So, as you can see, you have a completely updated dash. You have a dash and your main screen here. And everything's updated. Your whole entire interior. Except for the seats. The seats pretty much remain the same. Your center console, your lid, kind of the same. A little bit of change. Your center console itself is completely updated. You have some different pockets here. Still 2 cup holders. Wireless charging is now down here, which is interesting. So the phone's out of the way. It's pretty cool. But the really cool thing about this truck is, and again, like most of our newer GMs that we do, we have the LED display rear view mirror. You do have a sunroof in here. But other than that, guys, the interior looks much, much better than the older ones. When I say older ones, I mean 2023 and earlier. But the interface on this thing is complete, not only the looks of it and the size of it, but the interface is completely updated. It's nothing like the old ones. It almost looks more like an Android computer, like a laptop. Much more responsive, much cooler, much more welcoming. I like the black background much more than the older, like white gray background. And then again, you have a super, super high-tech dash right in front of your steering, back of your steering wheel. You could really mess around with your display, change your display to digital. What do you got? You got clean. So the older ones, you couldn't do this. Nope. The older ones were stupid. These ones are cool. That's what we think every time they release new vehicles, new model vehicles. So I bet if you have a 2023 and earlier, you're probably looking at this like, damn, I really wish I had a 2024. Well, unlucky for you, there's not many available. However, this one you can win. And one lucky person will win it. Now, I wouldn't bank on winning it if you get entered to win. I like how the temp's always set to 69 every time we do a video. Shut up. Is there a hack to make it stop dinging?
Nope. Close the doors.
One thing I forgot to mention, sound system, amazing as always. Can't say the same for Ford. Every single time we buy a Ford, I'm like, oh, I really hope that this year, maybe, just maybe, they upgraded the sound system and it's somewhere close to GM or Ram's quality. But it's never anywhere near. It's less than half the quality and the sound output of the GMs and the Rams. So the GM, I think, reigns supreme over all of the heavy-duty trucks at least, with the best sound system by far. The clearest and the loudest. The Fords, take a seat. Get in another room. Yeah, people like Fords because they have massage seats and they have a big moon roof. But other than that, guys, these are the way to go. Out of 35 trucks, I can honestly say, with every ounce of confidence in my heart, that the GMs have always been the best to me. the best looking, the best quality, and the overall best. So if you're looking for a new truck, if you're a diehard, I hate people that are like diehard, like brand fans, like Ford or die, or GM or die. How about you just like what's new and what fits your style? Like, who cares? In 10 years, if Ford completely goes backwards and just completely reversed everything they just did, are you really gonna go with them just because they are Ford? No, no. So again, we give away really cool trucks every single month, every 6 weeks to be exact. And every single time that we do a giveaway, it's not the same brand as the last giveaway. So we'll recirculate. We'll go GM, Ford, Ram. Well, GM has 2 brands, right? GMC, Chevy. So we'll go GMC, Chevy, Ford, Ram, and then we'll start again, GMC, Ford, Chevy, Ram. Whatever it is, we always switch it up. So there's never 2 vehicles. We might have done it once where there was 2 of the same brand back to back, but the goal is not to do back to back, so that we always hit those people that are diehard fans, like, oh my God, finally a Chevy. If you're a diehard GM fan, this is probably your dream truck. If you're a diehard Ford fan, this might not be your dream truck, but you can probably agree with me that if it had your preference of wheel and tire setup on it, it would be your dream truck if it was your brand of dream truck. I'm gonna stop talking about this. All right, let's move on, guys. Anyways, it is a 2024. It's a new body style. There's not many available. If you wanted to buy one, you're gonna pay a markup on it. If you wanted the ultimate, you're gonna get one for maybe 100 grand if you didn't order one. Or you can order one and wait a year. Or you can get entered to win this thing and just cross your fingers and hope that you win it. So this thing, along with $50,000 in cash, will go to one very lucky person, along with the keys, both keys, the title, the cash, the truck. All of that is a package deal for one very lucky person. It happens every single 6 weeks. It's happened 35 times. By the time that I'm making this video, we haven't physically awarded LGND 35 to the winner yet because we still are waiting for a winner. LGND 35 literally ended last Sunday. But, was it Sunday or was it Friday? Sunday.
Yep.
So it literally ended last Sunday. Today is Wednesday, so we don't have a winner yet. I need to make this video obviously a few days, at least a week before this giveaway launches. So by the time you're seeing this, we probably do have a winner. It's probably announced by now, and then shortly after the winner actually flies in, we fly them into Connecticut, or they'll drive to Connecticut if they're really close, which hasn't happened often. It's actually only happened once where somebody drove to us. But the point is that it happens every single 6 weeks. It's happened 35 times, 34. It's about to happen the 35th time, and it will happen the 36th time to one more person with this truck right here and $50,000 in cash, and it could be you, but not if you don't get entered to win. How do you enter to win? LGNDsupplyco.com. You can see all the different ways to get entered on the website. One really good way to enter is that every single time that you make a purchase on the website, you get entered to win any giveaway that's currently live. And we're at a point now where we're constantly running giveaways. Like, we ran the M8 giveaway, which you might have seen, BMW M8, in between LGND 35, which was our yellow truck giveaway, and this one starting. So that week in between, we did another giveaway. So there really is no downtime. If you ever go to the website, if you were to go to the website in between the yellow truck and this truck, and you made a purchase, you got entered for the BMW. So we're getting to the point where we want it to always be a giveaway running, so that no matter what, if you go to the website and you make a purchase for anything, whether it's a shirt, a bullet antenna, rock lights, a pair of shorts, a hat, whatever it is, you're always getting entered. You're getting an extra incentive with your purchase. Yeah, you're getting really cool apparel. Yeah, you're getting really cool accessories, but the best thing is that you do get a chance to win a truck, a life-changing prize, and meet a really cool team that puts all of our time and effort into making these trucks and then making these giveaways come true, come to fruition, and go to lucky people like you. So if you like the truck, guys, I would suggest you go get entered. LGNDsupplyco.com. The giveaway is only 6 weeks long from start to finish. It launches July 18th, and you have anywhere in between July 18th and August 27th to get yourself entered to win this thing. If you wait and you see this video and you just let it go and you forget about it, you're going to forget. And guess what? One lucky entry will win you this truck, and it will win somebody this truck in this key right here and the $50,000 in cash. You're not gonna owe any payments on the truck. You're gonna own the truck outright. The only thing, and I'll say this before I go, I'll try and make it as brief as possible. I mention it in almost all of the overview videos. I try and say it as much as possible. Actually, there's 2 things I wanna mention. First is taxes. So taxes, no one else mentions this because they don't want you to know. They want you to think that all that cash that they're giving on top of the giveaway is 100% for you to keep in your pocket and do whatever you want with. Well, guess what? Although I can't advertise it everywhere, I can mention it as many times as I can, possibly mention it in as many videos as possible. So taxes, when you win this truck, The book value on the truck is around $80,000, book value. You're getting $50,000 on top of the truck. Now, that's a total of $135,000. So when you win the giveaway, you go through our sweepstakes agency. When you actually win, they call you first. Then we call you after they confirm that you're actually eligible to win. And eligibility requirements are pretty simple. You gotta be over 18 years of age. You gotta be a valid US or Canadian citizen if you win in Canada. And you gotta have a valid driver's license. But anyways, they're gonna call you, and after they confirm your eligibility, it's as simple as that. If you're eligible, you got entered, you got drawn, they call you, you're the winner. Now, once you sign those papers that they sent you, and you can look them over, it's gonna say all this legal verbiage that might not make sense to you. But really all it's saying is that you will have a tax obligation. You are taking the prize, you are receiving this much value, which is $135,000. So now what happens is for 2023, since whoever wins this will get that put onto their 2023 income, $135,000. So let's just say you make 100 grand or you make 50 grand in a year. You're now, for 2023, if you make $50,000 in a year for 2023, your income just got bumped up to $185,000. So you're getting whatever your income is plus the $135,000 from the prize added to your income. So what's the $50,000 cash for, guys? Most of you are adults. If you're over 18 years old, I assume you probably know that you need to pay the taxes on your earnings and anything that's reported, right? So you're gonna pay tax on $135,000. $50,000 is more than enough to cover the taxes in most cases. Now, some people are in higher tax brackets than others. You might owe a little bit more tax, but again, $50,000 in cash, we give you $50,000 because we calculated it at the highest percentage tax bracket. So if you win the truck with us, you're set and clear with your taxes, as long as you save the cash and you don't blow it. Now, if you're confident that you can make that cash back, if you spend the $50K on something because you want to, or you invest it, that's completely up to you. Oh no, I damaged the key. I owe you guys a new key. Okay, you got a spare?
Comes with two.
No, she's good. If you really are confident that you could spend the cash and make it back, or put that $50K into some type of investment where you're gonna make it back, be as creative as you want. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying that there are possibilities to where you don't really, there's a lot of possibility with winning a truck and the cash. Yes, you're gonna need to pay the tax eventually in early 2024. So you're gonna have like 6 months to do whatever you want with that cash, as long as you recoup it and make sure that you can pay the tax liability when tax season comes around. So again, you get $50,000. I just told you that you pay taxes on the prize. So the $50K isn't all for you to just pocket and forget about. You should definitely keep in mind that you do need to pay taxes when tax season comes around. The second thing that I want to talk about before you guys go, and this is important. If you follow us on Instagram, or any other giveaway company for that matter, odds are, you will be followed by, immediately after clicking follow on our page, you'll be immediately followed by about 50 scam pages that all take our profile picture and make some spin-off name like LGND 1234567 or LGND supply code 1 __ or LGND John. They take like employee names. But anyways, you're gonna get followed by these accounts. Now, if you click on any of these accounts, first of all, the name should throw you off the bat. But if you go to one of these accounts and you look at their following, they're always following thousands of people and they have almost no followers. Also, if you go to their account, they repost everything from our page on their page within a 1-day period to make it look like they're our page. Now, there are a lot of fools in this world that fall for this. These people will message you, they'll call you, they'll email you. They reach out on every platform, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. They will try their best they will try and act like it's us, but there's dead giveaways as to how it's clearly not us. Their verbiage, their grammar go hand in hand, right? It's awful. They're clearly not American, and I can say that. They're clearly not American, okay? They don't know how to speak. They don't know what they're talking about. And the dead giveaway that it's not us is that, guys, you do not need to pay to retrieve a prize. If you win the giveaway and you get called as the winner, you get drawn as the winner, you do not need to pay us to retrieve the prize or have it shipped to you. No, nothing. If you win, you win. You come to Connecticut, we fly you out. You don't buy the ticket. There's no monetary value necessary of you to give us after you win the giveaway. So that's a dead giveaway. If you get asked for $900 to ship you your prize, or $500. I've heard of so many different stories because it's been happening for 3 years. About a year after we started doing giveaways, all of these scam pages started popping up. And it's not just us, it's every single giveaway company in the world. The second that these scammers see any type of giveaway, whether it's a small giveaway that some really small local business is trying to give away a cooler or something, I've seen scam pages, scammers, replicate their page and do the same thing. So it's not just trucks, it's not just car giveaways, it's every single type of giveaway, because what happens is that people are entering these giveaways or they see it and they're like, oh my God, they messaged me, I'm the winner. When in reality, it's a fake page, a fake person collecting money from you that you're not gonna get a prize back if you pay. You're gonna get scammed. So listen, don't fall into the trap. I cannot go up to every single person that follows us and say this to their face. So I try and say it as many times as possible in as many places as possible. It's on our website. We have a full write-up on it. It's on our Instagram. It's one of our tagged or pinned posts, so it's at the very, very top of our page. I say it as many times as possible, and some of you, a lot of you, still fall for it. And then you come to us and you say, you just stole money from me. I'm like, no, we didn't. That's not us. So again, guys, don't fall for it. Use your brain. If you are one of the ones that fell for it, that's on you. It's not on me. Use your brain next time, okay? Anyways, my rant is done. That truck, $50,000 in cash, up for grabs right now. August 27th is the deadline. If you don't get out there before then, guys, this truck's going to someone else, and it's not going to you. See you next time.